People 757, my name is Odale Imani, and I'm here with Paige.
Paige, yes, nice to meet you.
Me too. What can you tell me about your kind of art?
So I am the designer and owner of Cultural Cushions, and Cultural Cushions are designed from an aspect of Black culture. They're all handmade, one of a kind. The design themselves have like a pocket on the inside, so you can put your keepsakes away. It's just a shout out to the beauty of the Black culture.
Is there any piece here you specifically want to highlight?
Yeah. This one is inspired by the women that wore in the 1950s and the swim caps. So I just designed the swim cap here and put a little flower in, and again it has the tuck away. They are all, like I said, they're all handmade. For instance, this pillow here, Alicia Keys did a song "Girl on Fire," and this is another popular one. So it's kind of shout out to the red hair and, you know, with the splash of fire.
Have you ever been to Africa?
Yes, I have. Last year I went to Winneba, Ghana. I'm originally from Charlottesville, and Winneba is their sister city. And actually, let me see. So the fabric, this fabric right here actually came back from Ghana. It was a piece that I bought at the very last day I was there, and it was hand stamped. It's a method that they use there.
That's fantastic. So you make all these at home, or do you like go to a certain studio and work on them?
Oh no, they're made right at home in my studio.
That's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. My third question would be, how do you think the cities of the 757 should take in and spread and advocate for African culture?
If everyone just does their part, and you're talking about 7 cities, so what I would really suggest is look at your local history and just really put that out there, because all of the cities have something special that they could contribute, and then just really network, because then the more you know about each city, the more you see yourselves as a collective.
Name for your company?
I guess it's called Culture Cushions. I am on Instagram. You can reach me by phone, 434-826-9259. You can reach me Gmail account, which is culturecushions@gmail.com. And Facebook will be coming soon.
All right, awesome. Shop local. People 757, my name is O'Day. I'm here with my friend Mike.
Yes, Michael, aka Professor X, here at the AfriCon Festival. I have my table set up here. Basically, this is not just a table to sell goods, but this is telling our story. Not his story, but our story in our own words. So what I do is, as my name says, Professor, I profess Black history. And I chose the name X because X represents the unknown. One of the greatest unknowns that we have in this country is the history of Africans, not just during slavery, but prior to. So what I do, like in this video you see here, Giant Footsteps in the Sands of Time, which I have right here on sale for $20. And also Getting Black to Business, which I have on sale for $20. I talk about Africans' history, as I said, prior to slavery. I happened to go to Africa back in 2007, and I made a birthright trip back to Egypt so I could reconnect with my heritage or what have you. So here you see a replica of the Step Pyramid. I have a picture of myself at the Step Pyramid that was built by the great master genius Imhotep. These are things that are not taught in school. These are things that are not in the history books or what have you. But that's why I'm here. So I also had a Sankofa t-shirts. And what does this mean? You see this symbol here of this bird that's looking over his shoulder with his feet facing forward? This is the Sankofa symbol, which means that we must look back in order to know where we're going. And you see he has the little ball in his, or the egg in his mouth? That egg represents his future. But you have to look back to know where you came from in order to have a good sense of where you're going. For those of you who are out there in the 757, come on out and see, get some of this culture, get some of this stuff, because it's not going to be on television. Turn off that football game. Your team is going to either win or going to lose, but you can't do nothing about it. Come on out here and get some of this knowledge. Get some of these nice arts and crafts, and get back in touch with your heritage and your culture. And with that being said, as Africans say, with the greatest affirmation they possibly can, Ashe, to all our ancestors known and unknown. We stand here to represent you. You are gone, but not forgotten. And actually, you're not gone because you live in us. Ashe.
All right, brother. What do you think the 7 cities of the 757 area should do to partake more in spreading African culture? You know, speaking about it more, educating people more about the history that we don't learn about on TV or in the history.
Well, I think that each of the cities, particularly the city of Hampton, like the city of Hampton, what we have here is where the first Africans arrived. The point comes from Virginia. Now, if I went to Hampton High, or if I went to Bethel, or if I went to Phoebus, and go to the high school and ask the students, most of them don't know this. So the educators need an education. Now, the thing about that word educate means to bring out the best, to educe, to bring out that which is within. But how can you bring out the best if one doesn't even know about themselves? So what can we do? We could take time to teach about the real history, the history of Norfolk, which was a slave port. To teach about Portsmouth, to teach about Suffolk and all this area where you had Africans. To teach about the great Nat Turner, who had that rebellion back in, I believe, the 1850s. To teach about Gabriel Prosser and Denmark Vesey. These are parts of our history that are left out. To teach about the slave market that's up there in Richmond. These are things that we all should know. Why should we know this? Because this is our story. And if we don't know our story, then any story will do. So what can the 7 cities do? These so-called educators, the Board of Education, the school board, all these people can take an inventory of what they're not teaching. They need to be sitting right here so they can get some of this knowledge and then make sure that that gets infused into the curriculum for the students of all races.
That's a great answer, brother. I agree 100%. My next question, my final question is, how was it when you went back to Africa for the first time, when you first visited? What did you learn? What did you see?
Brother, I can't put it into words. That's why I had a picture. When I went and put my feet at the base of the Great Pyramid, when I stood next to the Sphinx, when I was at the Step Pyramid at Saqqara, I can't even, to describe it, it's like talking about stepping back in time, stepping back in history. And I'm not talking about the History Channel. I ain't talking about ancient aliens. I'm talking about something that my ancestors did. Because when I looked on the wall, I saw people that looked just like me. Just like this statuette of Mayat, they were jet black, just like this sister is here. And that's the way the ancient Egyptians or the Kemetic people saw themselves. And they were African. So for me to see that awakened something in me to give me a sense of pride that goes beyond anything that I can put into words. So I implore everybody, at least have one person in your family, go back to Africa. Go back home and see from which you came. Because you can't know yourself until you know your roots. And our roots run deep because we are the oldest people on the planet.
100%. People 757, my name is O'Day. I'm here with my brother,
Priest Frank.
Priest Frank. Can you tell me about your art a bit? Can you tell me what inspired you to create this kind of art?
Yeah, sure. I was actually in a bookstore one day and saw someone doing it. And I asked them about it, asked them to show me some things, and they showed me some things. And from 5 years ago, here I am now.
How long have you been in the 757?
I've been here since 1991, came in the military.
Is there any specific piece you'd like to highlight? Anything that really inspired you? Anything you think that a lot of people would like to look into?
Well, I'm kind of biased. I like everything, but I mean, it's more like the E5 mask here, the silver work, the African symbols here, the Nefertitis, the Ankhs, the Sankofas, things like that right there, to edify the culture.
Is there anything specific? I heard you were talking about, for example, the cost of living. Is there anything else in the area you think that we need to change to better the situation, how people live here, maybe attract people to come and live in the area?
Well, it's a commonwealth. People know what that means, What can you expect? The suggestions might be, not over the top or anything like that. It's just we have to all get along. That's the main thing. If we can all just see, not eye to eye or however you want to say it, we're all different, but just let people live, and hopefully people will have the right mental morality, not to harm people and do things that's wrong, but actually just live a good life. You know what I'm saying? And that's a start.
Like a name for your, do you have a company or anything?
Yes, it's called Forever Living Memories, LLC.
And do you have social media?
I'm on Facebook and Instagram under the same name, Forever Living Memories, LLC. I have a website, but I'm on the road so much that I don't update it. I haven't updated it since January. But if people contact me, through the Instagram or the Facebook, the number is 757-270-3778. Contact me like that. Go from there.
Do you have any shout-outs today?
Just to all good people. And even the bad people out there try to do good.
That's beautiful, man. I appreciate your time. Thank you.